such a clear day can stand outside and see what's unfolding before our very eyes as the two of us are watching this.
And everyone with us here in the studio, it's just incredulous because no one would imagine that this could happen anywhere, let alone here in New York City. We're also being told that, again, at this point, most public places of transportation have been shut down. All airports shut down. Penn Station shut down.
Also, other government institutions, including the Treasury and the State Department, are being evacuated in Washington, D.C. Paul Begala, according to the AP, a Democratic consultant, said he witnessed an explosion near the Pentagon. He described it as a huge fireball, a huge orange fireball. He said another witness told him that a helicopter exploded. We are going to go once again
to the explosion that just occurred. And this again is the first tower of the World Trade Center. Twin Towers. It's folding before your eyes.
We first reported to you that there were reports of a first plane that may have been hijacked from Boston. Now we're hearing that that second plane may have. These are reports now. This is unconfirmed. That this report is saying that the second plane may have come from Newark Airport, and as a result of that second plane, there was sort of a wow. Look at that close-up shot to the utter chaos that is kind of on the ground here.
Unbelievable. And that's the first shot we've been able to get close to the scene on the ground. You can see complete chaos. We've got right now Jeremy Fox on the line. He is an eyewitness. He lives in the vicinity. Jeremy, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Tell me what you're seeing right now.
Everything is white outside my window. What happened, I saw the second building below, and it just crumbled down, and I saw the core of the building slowly crush to the ground, fall to the ground. Out my window now, I can see nothing. Everything is white. What I saw before was people running in front of the hospital, running all over on the streets, running away from the west side, because I live on the east side, close to the FDR. Everything outside is pure white. You can't see a thing. I live across the yard from me, about 100 yards, is another building. I can't see 2 feet in front of me. I had to close my windows because it's so smoky down here.
What are the people around you saying? What's the reaction around you in that neighborhood?
Pure horror, it seems like. It seems like people are running away for their lives, like they don't know what's going on. Pure confusion. I myself, I don't know. I live so close. I'm like, I can't imagine what just happened. I'm like,
where do you live, Jeremy, for the folks who are just tuning in?
I live on Gold Street, right across from the Beekman Hospital, where they're taking all the patients. I saw them bring a lot of patients in before.
Jeremy, obviously, can you please tell us, I mean, we were watching the tower go down. Can you please describe to us, on the ground, what did that look like?
I'm not on the ground. I'm on the 26th floor of a building across the way. Right now, you can see nothing outside. When it went off, the second building, you saw an explosion, and then you just saw a humongous cloud of smoke go up, and you saw the building start to fall down, and then you saw the core of the building just start to disintegrate into itself. There's ashes on my terrace everywhere. You can't see a thing. The smell is horrible. I smell smoke everywhere.
Did it look like an implosion that internally, was it that when the plane crashed, I mean, was there another explosion inside that vicinity of that area, almost like a... We're speculating here, possibly a bomb?
I couldn't... the second building, both buildings were just burning, and like they constantly burning. And then right below the left building, the one without the news tower, the satellite tower, it just looked like an explosion below where it was burning, and then it just came down.
All right, Jeremy, you were telling us before that you saw the ambulances going to the hospital. Describe what that was like.
It was horrific. There were men in, they had beds lined up outside the emergency room waiting for patients. They were bringing them in cars, not in ambulances anymore, as well as ambulances. There were people coming in on stretchers. They just looked, shaken and horrible. I mean, I'm on the 26th floor and I looked at it. Now you cannot see 2 inches in front of your face if you're on the street right now. People downstairs must be in pure havoc. I mean, you can't see anything outside.
Jeremy, you must be fearing for your own life at this point. You're so close to it.
I'm very nervous. I'm not happy about, this at all. I'm scared for everyone around and involved. I can't imagine what the destruction that just caused for people. I'm very nervous. Everyone in my family, as you can hear, my phone is ringing, is calling to make sure I'm okay. I'm scared as could be.
You were reporting also that you're not able to get any broadcast. Is that right?
No, I'm getting your broadcast right now. I'm getting the only channel that's not coming in is Channel 9. Every other channel is coming in. You're coming in on WB11, and you can see the smoke, and the right building is still burning.
Jeremy, what's the first thing you saw earlier?
The first thing I heard was I felt a boom next to my window, and that woke me up and got me out of bed. And I heard ambulances and cars coming, and I went to look out my window, and I was watching and I was on the phone with one of your news staff reporters as the smoke is starting to clear. I'll walk out on my terrace. Hold on. Oh my God, there's debris everywhere. It's horrible. You can't see. There's white powder everywhere. On my terrace, on the ground, everywhere. This is like a war zone, I assume. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
Is it tough for you even to breathe?
Now it is. I'm going back into my apartment.
All right.
Then I was watching, and as I was watching, the plane must have come from the other side because I saw the second building below. It looked more like an outward explosion because the plane came from the other side, and I saw that pure explosion and took pictures of it. Now there's another.
What was going through your mind while you were doing all of this, Jeremy?
The horror that people are going through right now, the families that are losing people right now, and there's another plane. No, there's a helicopter. The horror that families are going through, that people are going through right now, the confusion, that people don't understand what's going on right now. I don't understand what's going on right now. The insecurity that I feel right now, and that I'm not around my loved ones right now, and how horrible for people who work in the World Trade Center and who have family in the World Trade Center. And I pray to God that they evacuated that building in time to get rid of all those to get those people and save lives. And the massive damage that building falling down must have done to everyone.
I think we're all feeling the same emotions at this point. We're being joined now by Jim Watkins from the Channel 11 News at 10. Jim, were you watching this at home? Was this a shock to you as well when you first got up?
Well, there's a sense that my wife came and woke me up and told me that we were getting a call from our news director saying, this has happened, you must go in. And there's a sense that I'm sure everybody is experiencing, whether they were asleep or whether they were awake when they first heard it, that no, that must be a mistake. That's simply not possible. That's worse than the worst case scenario we'd ever pictured before. So I jumped in a cab. I was coming down Fifth Avenue to our studios here on 42nd Street, and just like you're hearing from everybody else, people are standing out on the street. You can see actually down Fifth Avenue there's almost a corridor looking straight at the smoking building, and this was before the tower collapsed. People standing there just with mute, dumb expressions on their face.
Incredulous.
They're incredulous. It's almost as if we're living through some sort of a terrible dream here this morning. But
well, we are under attack, and I don't think any of us in our lifetimes have ever witnessed anything quite like this. You read about things like this in other places, but we never think about it happening in our backyard. When it happened in '93, when the World Trade Center came under attack, then we thought, okay, there are a lot of safeguards in place.
Right.
This can never happen again. And here you're seeing the Pentagon right now. The Pentagon right now, live shot on fire. Horrific sight.
I understand also that perhaps this has been caused by yet another hijacked plane.
Another hijacked plane that's crashed into the Pentagon.
Well.
That's right.
There's so many aspects of this, everyone, that we just don't have any idea about. How are the planes hijacked? What was this? How in the world did control of the planes go to the
Right. But what we're hearing
terrorists?
is, since you're just joining us, we're hearing that the first plane was hijacked out of Boston, and that was the first plane that hit the second tower of the World Trade Center. The second plane, we are told, was hijacked out of Newark Airport, and that was the one that we experienced here live. We saw the explosion coming around the back side of the first tower of the World Trade Center and just went through it. And just minutes ago, right here again live, if you were watching, you saw that tower fold, crushed right before our very eyes. And we can only imagine the devastation in the area, the people who may have been trapped in that building and in the second tower that is still standing.
And we should mention also that the towers, of course, are dependent upon one another for their structure. Take a look at the tower collapsing here.
Here
This is going to be
just an insidious sight.
words cannot describe what must be going on the ground below. We don't have any idea yet what the evacuation procedures, what the triage procedures were going on.